Energy, how we actually breathe. A common belief is that to move faster or get more energy when we are puffed is to breathe more. It really actually couldn't be further from the truth. As populations, we are chronic overbreathers. And this is due to some of our diet adaptations to a lot more soft foods these days, a lot more processed foods. So our jaw structure, our facial structure actually isn't developing strength and resilience and ability due to the low amounts of fiber in our diet. We also have lazy movement patterns, sedentary lifestyles, and actually humans, like, I've never really been taught anything about breathing and why it was important for probably the first 20 odd years in my life, which is wild. So how we actually breathe, what happens, right? We talked about our body's system senses our carbon dioxide level in our body. The first step is that triggers our diaphragm, okay? So our diaphragm gets pulled down and that draws air down into our lungs, preferentially through our nasal cavity, okay? The primary role of our nose is to warm, humidify, and filter air, okay? Our mouth is not designed for humidification, filtering, or warming and cooling of air. You'll notice if you breathe with your mouth open a lot, you get a very dry mouth. When I'm on calls like this, I get a very, very dry mouth. And I know about it because my body's not used to talking so much or so much air moving in and out of that cavity within my body. Our nose has superpowers. One of those core superpowers is nasal nitric oxide. Okay, so nitric oxide was thought of as just this random gas. Turns out our nose produces it. What it does is it's a vasodilator, so it dilates our blood vessels. When we have our mouth closed and breathe through our nose, it dilates our blood vessels in our lungs, making oxygen exchange, carbon dioxide exchange easier. That means it takes less energy to get energy to the rest of our body. Okay, so it's like a free energy source. Just by changing the tap from mouth to nose, it makes it easier for our lungs to breathe. Same thing with the humidification, right? If we've got a choice between breathing in dry air that's not humidified through our mouth, what do you think happens to our lungs, right? They're meant to be moist and soft. Well, things dry out when you breathe dry air. Okay, so again, by using our nose, say if you're down south and you're in some drier climates, again, even more important. Okay, helps with those lungs, lung health, gain less energy to exchange gas within the body. So, term for our body's monitoring of carbon dioxide that causes us to breathe, that causes the diaphragm to move down, it's called chemoreceptivity.